All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I think this is episode 5. I'm pretty sure. You know, well, we'll get into that. I'm here with my friend's Cool Shirt.
Hi.
Fifth has been uncanceled.
Can't cancel me. I've always been here.
And for the first time on this attempt, we have Sonic.
How are you doing?
And originally, this episode,
Can we pause real quick?
As I was saying before that interruption, God damn it, the original plan for this episode, for the return episode, is I really wanted to talk about two things, okay? And one of them is still kind of relevant. We might talk about it here. And the other one is basically something that will either work well or be the worst decision ever. And you're just going to have to wait and find out what those two subjects are. But no.
It's the second option.
Yeah, there you go. But this is being recorded on the second.
Wait, you're wearing a wire?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Discord chat's been leaked, boys.
I'm so sorry. This entire episode is being recorded on the 2nd of April. God, I wish this would have come out yesterday on April 1st because it would have made a lot more sense. But God, I would have been hoping that it was an April Fool's joke, but it is not.
No, you're just coping.
Yeah, probably that. But we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and I'm going to tell you all this right now. If you don't think that Nintendo can do any wrong, if you don't think that the announcement...
What do you mean they can't do any wrong? Look what they did to Pal World.
Well, they failed, thank God.
No, they still made compromises.
Oh, Jesus. But either way, if you think Nintendo can do no wrong, if you think that everything there is worth what they're going to charge you for,
$95?
God, probably even more. We don't know what the deluxe editions.
Scalper prices, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So if you're not ready for this, well, then get ready, because some people would argue that the waning years of the 3DS Pokemon games weren't worth $40. Then a lot of people argued that Pokemon on the Switch wasn't worth $60. Well, get ready for Pokemon on the Switch for $80 to $90.
Hooray.
Because
sorry. I saw cue applause.
I could just go buy a copy of Soul Silver for that much money.
Really, and then you'd actually probably enjoy yourself.
A good game. Yeah, I'd actually have a good game to play.
You'd have a game that actually has care and, a bunch of other little add-ons, little mysteries and things like that reward you for playing the game. But no.
Wait, you mean the game is actually fun? What?
I wouldn't go that far.
I thought we weren't allowed to play games that were fun. I thought that was banned nowadays.
Yeah.
I thought it had to be dog shit. That's like the trademark of modern age gaming.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I've never, ever seen a company fuck up on this level. That when they were released, this entire Direct, right, went from really, really great to absolutely horrible. And before we continue on,
where did the great part start at?
So the actual specs of the Nintendo Switch 2 really haven't been revealed yet, but what we do know is this. Number one, the dock will be able to get certain games up to 4K resolution. Now, you may think that, oh, well, I can do this on PC, and you're correct. But this is
Nintendo. I could
Nintendo.
just pirate all of them if I wanted to. Right now.
Don't say that on live television, my man.
Yeah. We
We're on YouTube right now. Maybe cut that one out.
Say fentanyl.
Yeah, you can say that.
Not today, Fist. Not today. We'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's next episode.
I meant pirated Sega games, not Nintendo. There we go.
Episode 6, Boys Binge.
There you go. No,
we'll play them all on stream pirated.
there you go.
Yeah.
So your dock will be able to support 4K, okay, or 120 FPS, not both at the same time. If you do the 4K, you will be locked to 60 FPS. And if you have just 1080p, if you're running in handheld mode or you're still using it in dock mode, you can get up to 120 frames. That's really cool for a Nintendo console, especially for an upgrade to what can only be described as a smartphone made in 2011.
I can't wait to watch it blow up in my backpack.
And let's
I
not
can't wait-
let's
can't
not
wait for it to
forget.
overheat.
No, that's the next thing. That's the next thing. They were very, very proud that they put a fan in the Nintendo Switch 2.
How many though? That's the question.
Only one fan.
Not enough.
Wait, there's a fan on there?
Yes, there
That's
is a
just gonna-
fan in the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was right at the start of the launch of this live stream. I forgot about that part,
Yeah, everyone did.
including Nintendo.
Yeah, they lost the plot about 99% of the way there. So,
There was a plot.
yeah, do the thing and don't fuck it up. And they fucked it up. Look, I like Nintendo. I wouldn't say I love them. They've done a lot of things, especially with the Switch, that I really do not like. But I genuinely, out of everyone on this podcast episode today, I'm probably the biggest Nintendo fan here.
What do you mean, Fire? I played Nintendo when I was like fucking.
I've been
5
playing
years
Nintendo for like longer than probably you.
Nintendo was the first console I ever done.
I've been-
Nintendo
that's the thing,
64.
Like the Nintendo and my
Game-
like it was like
Literally,
my first
GameCube was the
console.
first console my parents ever bought for me and my brother.
I've been playing Nintendo games since early 2002 with the Game Boy Advanced.
I mean, that was also my first console. Was that as well? I mean, like
Yeah.
handheld or like big
The
console,
original-
depending on what you want
the
to do.
original DS was like my first, and then it was like the Wii.
I started with Game Boy. Not it was advanced, not color.
Yeah, I had a Game Boy Advance as well.
Yeah, I went from the Nintendo 64 with that janky ass controller to a Game Boy Color, and then PlayStation and Xbox.
Hey, that controller is what some people would call
Prime. Yes.
vintage. All right.
Fine one.
Yeah, well, my 7 and 8-year-old nephews also call me vintage, so it doesn't mean much.
Yeah, but that's for a different reason. You're loose in all the wrong places. But
Okay, sir.
but
Sir.
But the main thing is, surprisingly, now this may get me thrown in hot water here, but they revealed the price, and
I don't even know what the price is. I didn't even know that.
so the
That's not even
price
worth it, bro.
the price
It's
for
not
the
worth it.
console is $499.99, which
Just say $500.
For a Switch?
yeah, for the Switch
the
2.
thing is, though, it's not even like a fucking PlayStation or Xbox, bro. So it's not even worth it.
Well, hold on.
And those prices went down.
It's surprisingly not that bad of a price for modern standards. But where it really falls flat is this. It does not come with any games. And Nintendo, during this Direct, also showed off that they are going to be doing
There was a bundle package with Mario Kart. I saw that one.
No, not. We'll get to that, but they are releasing a game / I don't even know how to describe it. Game demo on how to operate your Nintendo Switch, sold separately on the eShop.
Sorry. Wait, what?
Yes, there is
You
a
tell me I can buy an instruction manual for my Switch?
yes. You can buy a digital game instruction manual thing for your Switch.
Does it not come with one?
Dude, I'm pretty sure at this point, in order to quote unquote,
Does it come with controllers?
Sadly, I mean, it comes with mice.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
I don't want
isn't the
mice in my
controller-
house.
Yeah.
Isn't the controller supposed to be like a mouse now or something?
Yes, they showed it. They showed off the mouse support with what I can only describe as handicap basketball game.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so there's a game where
Oh, you're talking about the handicap basketball game?
Yes,
I know what
the
you're talking about.
yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, that part of the direct.
Yes,
I forgot about that part.
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention to the controller they were using. I thought the game looked like shit, though.
No, I mean it's a Nintendo Switch shovelware, so yeah, no one will play it. I mean, dude, it just makes me sad.
I don't want to play as a disabled person.
Yeah, but that's because you don't want to.
That's because I'm. I don't want to role play as.
You're ableist, is what they would call you. You know. That's,
yeah,
that's
there you
Dude,
go.
you play with me all the time.
Yeah, but I don't need to role play as you though.
Oh my god.
I can role play with you. I don't need to be you though. You know what I mean?
You can sit on my lap and we can just roll.
Yeah, that works too.
Cool,
Okay.
sure. When you say you don't play with disabled people, you just brought up that fucking meme I sent the other day where it's like the cops are robbers. And then
Oh god.
fucking Megamind saying, "Hold on, that's not how you play the game."
Oh lord.
No, so yeah, they showed how like you can play this, and you basically use these new Joy-Cons, which they bragged are bigger. I'm sorry, Fifth. Is this podcast inconveniencing your chips?
No.
Yeah, you want to share your
Fucking
snacks with the
liberal, I'm
class?
sorry.
Got enough to share with the class, bro?
Yeah, you're gonna have snacks for the whole class.
Dude, I mean, I'm only packing so much, okay? Y'all gonna have to share.
Why can't you share with me?
Oh, you can get it whenever you want, honey boo boo.
All right. So continuing with that, like,
Wait, Fire. You said the Joy-Cons are bigger, right?
yeah, they're bigger.
Are they big enough for me to like beat someone and say stop resisting?
No, not
Is
that.
it big enough to shove
Okay.
up Cook's ass?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You'll lose it, but
yeah, that thing's gonna disappear into like an abyss.
it's just gonna disappear faster than Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay. That's a next episode kind of comment, Fit. You need to chill.
Yeah, might get canceled. Oh.
Oh no, Fit.
Oh.
You were just uncanceled. No.
No.
As one would say, womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. No, but
A real classy establishment you have here.
Yes, comment sections. Go tear him apart. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Every time I think about like a Nintendo console that doesn't ship with a game, I just think back to the Wii, and that just
Is it really that big of a deal? Like, I don't really feel like them shipping without a game is that big of a deal. Am I the only one who thinks that that's not the biggest problem?
oh, it's totally not the biggest problem.
I feel like you're grasping at thin air here.
It's definitely not the biggest problem, but I just remember, Wii Sports, and just how great that was.
Yeah, but the Switch didn't even ship with anything like that.
No, it did not. You
Yeah,
had to pay. You had to pay for 1-2 Switch.
Home run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dun.
but that's a long dead medium here, and so once you do that, you get to the next glaring issue, and that is
Your mom. Anyways, sorry. Continue.
that is another issue, but $80 digital games
But that is actually ridiculous.
for the
I'm not paying $80 for a game.
and
Like, look, I understand inflation, but $80 for
Dog shit
$15
does
game.
not seem worth it to me.
a digital game, right?
$80 for a
There's not even any like physical distribution cost there. Sorry to
No,
interrupt.
what is the like hard copies? If digital is 80, I can only imagine hard copies.
certain games. They made sure to say certain that they will be $90 for certain physical games. They made sure to say certain in front of this, by the way. So so that people can come out and defend and be like, oh well, it won't be all the games. You don't know which ones are going to be 80 and which ones are going to be, you know, 60 or 70.
That's when I pull out the fuck you card to them and say, bruh, I'm not paying $80 for a fucking game.
You're not going to pay $80 for what is arguably a secondary console that most people buy after a Xbox or after they build a PC. You're not gonna, and on top of that, the games are 90% all games that you play with friends.
Are the hard copies like genuine hard copies? Like you buy the hard copy and you get the game, or is it like old Xbox One?
No.
Or you have to download it.
You have to download it.
Yes, they came out and said that certain games, once again, there's that word, certain, do not have enough space on their little cartridges to put the whole game on the cartridge. So a lot of them.
Dude, that's bull crap.
Yeah.
Like I literally just went out and bought a 1 terabyte micro SD card.
Yeah. So remember, you will own nothing and you will be very, very unhappy. But
it's like Fires with the show Rookie.
Oh God, I watched that's a different episode. Not today, Sonic. No, but the thing that really, really sucks, at least for me, I don't know if you all feel the same way here. Ever since I switched to PC, I buy all my games on PC. The only games that I really buy physical now are Nintendo games, because Nintendo used to make sure, and they've come out and they've said, we want people to own the games. It was a very long time ago, and it's buried. Good luck finding it. If I find it, I will link it down in the description about them defending physical ownership.
Well, I mean, what is it what is it on PC? You've got so many other digital storefronts that are not just one conglomerate, while Steam is very user friendly because of the fact that they put the customer first in most scenarios. And if you buy a game that doesn't work or it's dog shit, you just return it.
Yeah. So
that's that, bro. They got really good sales, bro, on Steam.
That's
that too. Yeah.
That's the next thing. Nintendo games very rarely go on sale, if ever.
Yeah.
And
almost typically never.
Yeah. And here's the thing. In the end, the sales that they do run aren't even really that great. And when they do run their digital sales, it's absolutely years after you've already wanted that game and the new stuff's already out. And it's a real shame, because also some of those games that they showed off look really, really good.
Which one?
That FromSoft Souls-like game. I know everyone's gonna say, "Oh, that was probably the best thing." I know you, Cool, should have something to say about this.
Looks like shit.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Cool.
Where's Bloodborne 2?
But a lot of the reasons why you buy a Nintendo console is for the Nintendo games, like their first party stuff, and that's going to be the stuff that is $80+. Silksong's not going to be $80+. But I have a question for you. What would you rather play Silksong on? Your Nintendo Switch 2? Or, I don't know, what's the Steam handheld thing called again?
Steam Deck?
It's Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, which will run you about the same price, maybe even less if you buy it used, and you have access to Steam. Oh, that means you have access to the Steam sales, which are arguably some of the best sales in all of video games. And and we haven't even gotten to the
Steam Deck was like $329.
Yeah,
way lesser than Netflix.
There you go. And we haven't even begun to get to the point of the entire premise of this is to upgrade your old games to a better hardware system. And the hardware upgrade isn't free. They showed off with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Quality of those aside, if you have two options, well, no, you have three options. I'm sorry, let me be very clear. When it comes to those two Zelda games on the Nintendo Switch 2. God, I hate the name. You can rebuy the game in a completely new packaging, which looks awful, in my opinion. They look almost as awful as, if you guys remember those old like selects games that they did for like the Wii U and the 3DS towards the end, where it was like just a re-release of the game, but in like a with art that had like a red border around it. It just looked awful. Smaller art, things like that, you know? And
Yeah.
you now have to pay for the upgrade. How much would the upgrade be if you already owned your game and you don't want to go out and buy these games
$20.
again? We don't know.
$100.
They didn't give a price
Yeah, they did.
for the upgrade.
Yeah, it was $20.
Never mind. $20 upgrade, which is awful.
Right.
Like, we can sit here and say that Microsoft's fumbling the bag, but at least their upgrades were free. When they moved from the regular Xbox One to the Series X. And I don't know. There's this one video that Cool Shirt and I have watched religiously, and that's Skeletor does the PS5 reveal or something like that. And
Oh shit, cool. Sure, I remember you sent me that. One
and in there, Skeletor goes off on how it's a digital only game, or like game system. I'm sorry for the misspeaking here. And you have to think, like, that's absolutely awful. Well, the Nintendo Switch 2 is trying to push you towards that. Like, let's be real here. They're quote unquote offering you a cheaper alternative to buying it physically. They get more profit because they don't have to split it with retailers. They don't have to pay for the shipping and all that. You know, and there will be shills that also say, oh, you got to think of the developer. But developers get paid, you know. They have salaries, and it's not as high as you think. But
yeah,
this all of that profit will go straight to Nintendo. You will buy it off the eShop, or you will download it from basically the eShop. And it's just so sad because I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. They had us in the first half. They really did. Do you all have anything that you'd like to add about
where did they have you at the first half part?
I genuinely thought that, you know, the way the console looked, the price and the games all looked great. I liked it. I didn't love it per se. I didn't think that, you know, I need to go out and buy every single game that they showed. But I was like, oh, cool. There's something for, you know, here's a new Mario Kart that looks cool. It's Mario Kart. You know, it's not gonna reinvent the wheel on Mario Kart. You know, it's Mario Kart but a different flavor. Will it be the best? Will it be the worst? God knows. They got planes. You know where that leads. All roads lead to a 911.
Dear Lord.
To a 911, mate. It's true though.
It is true. Incredibly. To give an ulterior opinion, like the only thing in that showcase that I thought was really interesting was the GameCube stuff, but then I was disappointed by the showcase of it though, because they're like, oh, here's 3 GameCube games we're going to throw in this package here. And then look at all these upcoming ones that are also cool, but they're not done yet. And it's like, if you're gonna do GameCube, why don't you also bring other games and stuff like that from the older consoles?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if
And like the Wii and things like that. Like, why are we just focusing on GameCube? Like, they're doing like the bare fucking minimum with this this launch to the point to where like, what's the selling point of this console?
So
It's
here's
like,
here's the
oh,
thing.
you can buy new Nintendo games that look like shit.
So
it's like, haha, cool.
Here's the thing. That GameCube thing, and saying for like older consoles, those already exist. They're just like the other ones. There is NES, what's it called? Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and I believe not DS. There's one other one I believe. And are all locked behind the Nintendo Online membership, just like this GameCube one is going to be. They're charging you a monthly subscription for emulators, but the GameCube will be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch too. So if you buy their, I think it's $50 online. That's if it doesn't go up. We don't know if it's going to go up or not. In price.
Or it'll go up.
Yeah,
it'll go up.
But that will be bundled in with that. They also showed off a special wireless controller that is just a GameCube controller. They're trying to sell you on nostalgia because, let's be real here, you're gonna buy it.
Why?
Smash Bros.
Not you all, by the way. Not you all. I'm saying metaphorically, like, you know, in Nintendo's mind, it's like,
why would I need it whenever I could just use my like adapter that I have for the Switch and use my old GameCube controllers?
Some people don't have that, Cool Shirt.
Yeah, but it's like $10 though.
I know.
It's not that hard to get.
I know, but here's the thing: some people don't want to get that. It's a lot like think about Apple products. Think about, you know, how they release a new thing, you know, and people instantly run and upgrade, you know.
Bro, I haven't upgraded my fucking MacBook and it still runs well.
Exactly.
I'm finally free of all my Apple products now. I'm such a happy free man now.
I'm proud of you.
I feel great.
And I only
By the way, can I just say this? Fuck Apple.
Anyone wanna curse out any other you know,
and Nintendo and Sony.
Nintendo.
Bro, fuck the Department of Defense.
That too.
Anyone else?
Your mom.
Yeah, I don't enjoy her either. I mean,
Hillary Clinton.
Don't say that. I don't want to get shot.
There's lines. There's lines, Sonic.
Wait, can I go off on a little side tangent? Just something interesting I read.
Go.
So, we all know who Doge is, right?
Our favorite people, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't remember what agency it was, but some government agency that was, I guess, responsible for funding groups that align with U.S. policy and crap like that. They give them money, you know, whatnot. Well, it turns out that this specific department had been giving over $600 million to the Taliban.
Oh, nice.
And then turned around and scrubbed their database to get rid of it. And Doge recovered all the data that they deleted.
Yeah, you can recover data very easily. It's not that hard.
You know, one of the since we're kind of wrapping up here and we went on the side quest, the original episode that I wanted to do was going to be called PP.
Why Halo's dead.
PP?
Not that kind of PP, but like PP, Pokemon and politics. Wasn't gonna be how you thought. Wasn't gonna be how you thought.
The Halo one though, Fire.
That's later, Sonic. But
I want to shit talk them now.
No, later. Their time will come. Trust me. Unlike Fifth. But either way.
Has anybody at Halo Studios died? That way I can say womp womp.
Oh, Spencer.
Master Chief.
Cortana.
Oh yeah, Cortana.
Womp womp.
There you go. No, but switching gears back.
Oh,
to,
and the Dead Spartans that nobody gave a shit about in the game.
oh yeah, those. Okay, pivoting
That's like
back. Pivoting back to Nintendo to really bring this together here. It really, really worries me because I remember when people were like, games need to be $70 now. They can't be 60. And there was a lot of backlash, but ultimately it led nowhere. And now Nintendo, no one else, Nintendo wants to bump these games up to $80 to $90. And you just know that other developers are going to follow suit. Nintendo, as much as I do not like a lot of their business practices, they are trend setters. You can disagree with that if you want, but it's the truth. I don't like the
Here's an interesting question. So you know how like most first day releases like Nintendo Switch is like it's like all faulty. How many do you think are gonna like explode or burn, bro?
None.
Like how many? You think so?
What I worry about is the stuff they didn't talk about. Did they fix the stick drift on these incredibly overpriced controllers? Did the quality really improve enough to where these games that they're advertising aren't going to stutter? They're going to look really good. There's not going to be glitches. And are the games that they showed really going to deliver on the quality that Nintendo should be held to? Because the way I see it is like this. If you're buying a Nintendo console for these Nintendo games, they need to be the best games on the market. Does that mean that they need to be game of the year every year? Absolutely not. But at the bare minimum, they should work with no bugs. And when I say no bugs, there will always be some, but I mean like no crashes, no frame drops, none of the big stuff that, we really, really complain about. And there really needs to be accountability.
But you're asking too much. Come on.
Honestly, I think like AAA game makers, like all the big main people like Activision, Ubisoft, and people like them, and they just put out crap games all the time. The only reason gaming is still quote unquote alive is because of the community.
Yeah,
it's like because they gave these games mod support, and the community just goes crazy with it. Like there are some great mods that come out for some of these games.
I mean, Cool Shirt can attest.
I mean they fixed Starfield in like less than a day.
Yeah, there you go. They fixed Starfield. I mean, Cool Shirt here still plays Skyrim because of the mods and because he just really.
And it's not just because of the mods. Skyrim is a good game.
If I were me,
the mods are great too.
I mean, we haven't done this in a while. We still play like Master Chief, like
Master Chief Collection, and funny enough, in the upcoming podcast episode where we talk about Pokemon, I'll give you a little hint here, or maybe it'll just be a video that I make on my own. The only reason that the Pokemon community is still as big as it is in terms of games is because of the fan community.
Pokemon Go.
And
I play Pokemon Go every day.
Fifth, you can't say that on YouTube, Fifth.
Damn. Cut it out.
Yeah.
I'm killing myself.
Can't say that. I'm doing my part. No, so
fuck Sweet Liberty, my leg.
It would be speaking of that, but it would be so great. You know how it will never happen, but when the Helldivers community came together and absolutely destroyed the
Sony.
Yeah,
Sony.
I wish Nintendo would get bullied so bad.
Yeah, but they don't listen to their fans though. They never have.
Wait, Helldivers wasn't the only one the fucking Sonic movie, the original.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that too.
That
that was a good point of community feedback where people
Yeah.
actually listen to their communities. But I mean, the thing is that the consumer has a lot more control than they realize, and if we just say no to stupid products like that, like the Switch. But I mean, in my opinion, based on a lot of the comments I was reading, it seems like this new console release for Nintendo is going to be about this, maybe not as big as the original Switch, but all the normies are just going to buy it and buy their like $80, $90 games and not worry about it and ruin the economy for gaming. But I mean, another big topic in terms of jacking at the price of just AAA games and things of that nature is GTA 6.
Yeah.
You have been hearing about the pricing that they're planning on doing for that? Like over $100?
Yeah.
I heard when it first got announced, their CEO or whatever was like, let's charge players per hour to play the game.
I did see that. That was a dumb tweet, and that guy should never be making anything video game related.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's
Like,
stupid.
a lot of people like GTA, but bro, like, it's not worth.
I don't even like GTA. That's probably a controversial opinion, but like, I've always found it boring.
I mean, if you're playing with friends, like, it's more interesting because you could just kill each other.
So
I could do that in other games though.
So the thing is that's still a rumor. The $100 price tag for GTA is still a rumor. But if Nintendo releases their games for $80 to $90, you might as well sit down and confirm that GTA is going to be $100 for the base game. And remember this too. If Rockstar has their way with that, they do not want to release the game on PC, for starters, because they've called PC gamers cheap. They do not want to let you truly play the game. They're going to be releasing DLC after DLC after DLC, and if it's anything like GTA Online, it's going to be absolutely awful. And I think to sum this up, because I think we're done here. This is my message to whoever's still listening. It's your money.
I'm not.
Yeah. Thank you, Cool Shirt, for not listening anymore. It's your money. Spend it how you want. There's enough going on in this world to have to fight and worry about Nintendo and their BS. But if you truly do love gaming, just be smart with your purchases. Don't fall for, well, if they say it's $80, it has to be worth $80. And don't fall for these influencers and these content creators that are going to sit here and do one of two things. They're going to tell you that the Nintendo Switch 2 is too expensive, the games are too expensive, that it's not worth it. And then day of release, they're going to not only own a Nintendo Switch 2, but they're going to be playing a lot of these launch games. And they're going to be playing a lot of these games. And it's all driven by money. It starts with Nintendo and it trickles down. If you want to see change, if you don't want these games to be this price, and it's not even like, there's no slogan, there's no make gaming great again, there's no boycott Nintendo. It's just be smart.
I've been boycotting Nintendo for a while.
And that's your right to do so. But if someone...
It's not even because I hate Nintendo, it's because I just don't like the games on their platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I played a AAA game.
Better that way.
The last time I played a AAA game was very, very recently. I'm pretty sure. I mean, would you consider Helldivers that?
Yeah.
I played Helldivers.
I mean, weren't they made by a small studio though?
They were, yeah.
That was produced by Sony, such as,
But finishing this out, just be smart with your purchases. Be vocal about it. Don't tell your friends, tell people why this is bad. And if they still want to buy the games, let them buy the games. it's not worth ruining friendships, because at the end of the day, like Cool Shirt was saying earlier, it's Nintendo. They do what they want no matter what. So there maybe it's real easy to say there's nothing we can do, but if we can bully people, I wouldn't even say bully people, but if we can,
I'll bully someone.
oh, there you go. Well, actually, you can bully a corporation, because corporations aren't people. Let me say this:
they deserve to be bullied.
Yeah, corporations are not people. Let's get that straight. But
bring back bullying.
You can, in certain aspects, you can.
I want to bully Boeing, but I don't want to get shot in the back of the head.
I was about to say you can do that, but you won't be on another podcast episode.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with me not inviting you back.
Just
I know.
Canceled.
It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with those, you know.
I have a mysterious suicide with a bullet, and it was shot into my head from the behind.
Yeah, cool. By the way,
from the behind.
From the behind, yeah.
Yeah, went through his asshole.
Just the cartel, bro. There you go.
Be smart.
You'll see my Goku keychain. He'll be fine.
There you go. Be smart. Be respectful to individuals. You don't have to be respectful to the Nintendo of America Twitter or wherever. I know that Professional Time Wasters, we have a Twitter. We will probably...
We do?
Yeah, we do. And I will probably post something about this, because I love Nintendo. I love their games. But I'm not a fan of overpriced mediocrity. And recently, that's kind of been what Nintendo is. But hey, mediocrity sells. And
for democracy.
That's that. Maybe we can do something.
Sweet
maybe
Liberty, my wallet.
Yep, Sweet Liberty, his wallet. Y'all have anything else to say? Whatever you want, within reason.
Nope. I need to go back.
Oh my gosh, Path of Radiance on the Switch. What?
Kill yourself.
Dude! Sonic, anything to add?
I'm killing myself.
Not really.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. There's social media links and everything like that. We're back. So subscribe if you enjoyed it. And other than that,
we're going to get banned, and have a nice day.
Yeah, Nintendo's
Can't cancel
coming.
me.